I'm 35 too. I'm trying to come up. Come on, all I mean, let's figure it out. We gotta go. We gotta start moving.
That was audio from the body-mounted camera of Christopher Boodram, the lone survivor of the Paria diving tragedy, which occurred off the coast of Trinidad on February 25th this year. Boodram broke down several times during his testimony on Tuesday as the details of the incident were recounted before the Commission of Inquiry as the probe into the tragedy got underway.
If them didn't know where we at, what direction we had to go, I'd be dead today too. We form a chain, like I tell them, I say, listen, I'll put my foot underneath Kaz's shoulder. Kaz, see if you could lock onto Yusuf. Yusuf, see if you could push Kaz, Fai, see if you could push everybody. And we go in. Now mine all here. Inside it was like an unbelievable nightmare.
Boodram was employed with Land and Marine Construction Services, LMCS, at the time and was paired with workmates Kazim Ali Jr., Faisal Kurban, Yusuf Henry, and Rishi Nagasar on a job for Paria Trading Company Limited, a fuel and logistics business owned by the Trinidadian government. The men were tasked with repairing a faulty portion of Paria's fuel Sea Line 36's riser, a connection between the platform piping and the subsea pipeline. While the men were working, a powerful vacuum effect presumably occurred, triggered by the removal of a flange, a component used to connect pipes to one another. That possible vacuum caused a differential pressure hazard or a delta P hazard.
Within a second, it was like tornado, everything just spinning and beating you up, and it happened so fast you couldn't react. You say, God, I come in, ma, look out for me. I was expecting to be dead there, and all of a sudden I just out of the water and catch a breath. Was in a state of panic. Realizing that, alright, I need pipe. I just now nearly dead. I'm not sure if I'm alive. I'm matter of fact. I ain't sure where is if I'm in hell, if I'm in heaven, if I'm in a pipe. It may sound funny to a lot of people, but that's how I was going through my mind for a brief moment, and then I heard, I believe it was Kazim Ali calling out to me as the first person I hear calling, and I assumed he was outside the pipe and calling me, I thinking that I fall down the pipe, and I was like, well, I'll hear the audio. Yeah, boy, who's that, boy? Yeah, boy, who's that, boy? Inside the pipe, boy.
Paria said its emergency protocols were immediately deployed following the incident. However, Boodram said that he was dismayed to find out that no rescue team was dispatched. He said the men found tanks as they attempted to find a way out, which they used to share oxygen.
Everything inside me open, a rescue was going on. Nobody was making an attempt to rescue me. You know what I mean? Sorry.
Boodram and Faisal Kurban were the most able-bodied at the time of the disaster, and both made an attempt to press forward to get help. Boodram, who was ahead of Kurban, was eventually rescued by two nearby divers who, against the instructions of the company, hauled him out of the water and took him to the hospital a few hours later.
Inside it was pitch black. I feel like if I could give up when I reach up there and I see nobody inside it. none of my, I would call them family was inside there waiting for me. Andrew, Dexter, no rescue diver, nobody was inside that chamber. I don't know that. When I see that, I wasn't sure if I was living still. Because it was so unbelievable to know this happened and nobody here to assist me, nobody. I didn't see nobody inside the pipe trying to rescue me. Nothing.
The divers claimed they also attempted to assist the other 4 who Boodram said were alive when he was rescued, but their attempts were reportedly blocked by Coast Guard officials. The Delta P hazard occurred around 2:30 p.m. on February 25th, but Paria waited over 24 hours before sending remote technology into the pipeline between 4 and 5 p.m. on February 26th in an attempt to find the missing divers. On February 27th, Paria changed the parameters of the operation from rescue to recovery. The next day, the bodies of 3 of the divers were retrieved, with the final diver recovered on March 3rd. Both Paria and LMCS have made attempts to absolve themselves of wrongdoing in the men's death, but evidence presented to the COE has raised serious questions about how the operation was managed. An Occupational Safety and Health Authority report published on April 29th revealed that the risk assessment and job safety analysis done by LMCS was not suitable or sufficient for the repair task the men were working on. An evaluation of Paria's fire and response plan also found that emergency scenarios regarding potential risks during subsea maintenance works were not recognized or provided for in the plan. A report commissioned by OSHA found that the origin of the tragedy lay in both companies' collective failure to recognize that a hazardous condition existed because of the methods the men used in the execution of the job. Had the companies recognized and acknowledged the hazard, the way the men went about their work could have been adjusted. Further, OSHA commissioned an investigation by the Texas-based Association of Diving Contractors International Incorporated, which assessed the operational and safety management of LMCS, as well as Paria's and the TNT Coast Guard's failures in responding to the emergency in a way that would have led to a successful rescue. The ADCI report issued in July revealed that only 2 of the divers were actually certified for commercial work, with the others bearing only recreational scuba certification, which is not appropriate for the task at which they were employed when they died.